Oh yeah.
Let's get it.
Alright. So we in the studio with ERa.
What up?
It's been a long story, it's been a long time, man.
Yes, sir.
So introduce yourself, man. Let the people know a little bit about you.
Well, man, I'm ERa. I pretty much got my rags to riches story. I was homeless in 2017, taught myself a whole bunch of skills, how to do multimedia, videography, making beats, engineering, and I still got room to grow, but you know, we just using the tools we got. So that's me in a nutshell. Now, you know what I'm saying, we climbing, me and my boy SR, it's nothing but go time. You know, the whole crew about to eat.
Man, that's a lot going on. So you tapped
Yes,
into a
sir.
lot of stuff over the years. Okay,
Lot.
okay. So where you from?
I'm from Orlando, pretty much, raised down here, born in New York. So this is what I call home.
Okay, definitely. So hometown, home base.
Yes,
So what
sir.
have you done in Orlando, man? Is there anybody that you would say that you like to work with here? Anybody that you
Shit.
have worked with here? Or
I
something?
love to work with my homie SR, you know what I'm saying? That's the only motherfucker that could keep up, you know what I mean? Anytime we get together, we cooking up probably like 4 to 6 songs, maybe a whole even fucking EP and shit. That's the only nigga I come with the studio since we first met, you know what I'm saying? My boy was in the studio banging out 4 to 6 tracks and shit.
Oh yeah, so you got any aspirations to deal with the labels, any experience with the labels? You fully independent? What's that? What kind of decisions you got on the table with that, man?
Well, I'm in the process of trying to make my own record label and get everything together, and it's just up from here. You know, I learned a lot of mistakes and things I was doing wrong on the business side because I got people that really do this shit telling me how to move and stuff like that, and that's one of the most important things going up as far as like your story. If you don't have your business right, I learned that you can't really do shit. Everything is pretty much promotion.
I mean, is there something that artists need to definitely avoid doing? Like something that you notice a lot of artists might be doing and they just need to really be aware of? Any advice?
I mean, what I'm learning now is pretty much just like content creation is key. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's you not having shit and just making the best of it, or you know what I'm saying, you have it intentionally planned out and things like that. It really doesn't matter because the people just want to see you.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I've learned over in the past. So
Definitely. So what is the sound of ERa? What is that? What are you giving the people? What do you embody? What would you say that your sound there is? Who do you sound like?
I wouldn't say like I sound like anybody because I just make the styles that I like to listen to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So whether it's hip hop, pop, trap, boom bap, whatever it is, pretty much send me a song. If I'm digging it, I'ma hop on that shit.
Okay. So you said you got into the engineering, the producing, just pretty much everything. So you got anything that's passionate just as the music creation is? Anything that's you caught your interest like that?
Yeah, I would say probably making beats more than anything. Cause when I started doing it, it was because I couldn't depend on nobody. So I realized that when it came down to doing stuff for me, nobody had my back. You know, the same people that was around when I was up. So, you know, I realized I can't depend on nobody but myself. So I decided to apply myself and just, you know what I'm saying, spend an hour a day just trying different shit, trying to learn everything. Not being a perfectionist, but just dibbling and dabbling and everything, you know?
Okay, definitely. So as of right now, is there anything that people could hear, anything people could listen to? Where can they hear that?
Right now I'm working on a project, Dark Boys, Dark Days, and pretty much the project I've had for like maybe 2-3 years working on it. Some songs was made in the little storage unit I was staying. I just been saving them songs. I don't know why, but now, you know what I'm saying, the time feels right, so it's time to put it out.
Hold up. You just can't say some songs made in the storage unit. You was staying there, my brother. Come on now.
Yeah.
You gotta come on, bring that up. What you mean?
What
staying,
you
what you mean? The storage unit explained. So you was grinding like that. What's up? Tell the people.
Well, shit, I ain't had nowhere to stay, so, you know, I just made the best out of what I was doing. I had a little storage unit that I was basically charging people to come in and, you know, record their songs. I was engineering it, practicing.
So you was still
what
working.
I was doing. Yeah,
you was still hustling.
I was working.
Man,
you know
come on, people.
Lost my job. Fucking said, you know what? I love music. I'm gonna just try to do everything I can right now, make some type of money. You know what I mean? So that just brought me closer and closer to doing everything myself. And when I realized that, I don't have a problem pretty much dabbling in anything. If I catch interest in it, then I try to apply myself and teach myself.
Oh yeah, definitely.
YouTube University, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's a whole lot of struggle right there, man. That's what it takes so people understand when you doing this independently. It's independent.
you all by yourself. And then the thing is, not until you realize that is when your hustle gonna go up to the next level. Cause I didn't realize that shit. I was just doing shit with my friends, and then when they weren't around and shit, ain't nobody pay for no equipment, ain't nobody pay for no time, no nothing. I was just the one doing everything, putting in the work. So, when they was gone, who I'm gonna rely on but myself? You know what I mean? And they was only around when I was up. You know what I'm saying? When you go down, everybody don't want to fuck with you the same way they was fucking with you when you had money, when you was doing something bigger than what you doing right now. The chicks, you know what I'm saying? The cribs, the cars, whatever it is that you got, it's all shit that people take for granted. And then when all that stuff is taken away from you, that's the level of growth that I seen myself kind of from rags to riches type thing. And I learned a lot. And I don't take nothing for granted no more. I just appreciate everything, and everything that comes to me is pretty much all coming together for a reason.
Oh yeah, man. I've been watching, man. So coming from the storage unit to now you on Instagram and Bel Air shipping bottles to your house, man. You know what I mean? Tell the people, what was that process like? You know what I mean? How does it feel starting to see that success and that notoriety?
Yeah, that situation is pretty much like the same situation as when I first got paid off of my own beats. And it feels good, but I ain't stopping from here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just me noticing that other people see the vision as well on a higher up standard.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that I shot my shot and it ain't missed. You know what I'm saying? And that's not including all the other companies I hit up that missed, but out of them 100 companies you hit up, one gonna talk back. Somebody gonna talk back, and you can't be scared to shoot your shot, because if you scared, it ain't gonna make no money.
Oh yeah, so we're moving forward. What is it, anything that you adding to the ERa brand that the people can look forward to? Anything coming, any merchandise, anything? What's on the table?
Shit, I don't want to say too much, man, but I got my hands in a little bit of everything. We got clothes coming. We got more beats on the way. We got that record label starting, so, hopefully I'm going to get some artists. Well, I'm going to get some artists to put on that, but right now the most important thing is getting out all this music that I've been saving, which basically what I learned right now is all for promotion. You know what I mean? Because until you get your business right, you ain't really doing shit. So this is just me putting myself out there, and the future work is gonna speak for itself when I have my business right and everything like that too.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like I say, that's a big thing with the independent artists, because it's probably more business than talent. As a matter of fact, I'm 100% sure it's more business than talent, because everybody want to get paid from this. But you gotta have that business right. So with getting your business together and stuff like that, what does that look like for you? What are we gonna be seeing, like, as far as, are you gonna be doing shows, or are there gonna be albums, or there are singles? How you gonna roll out?
When I do that, I'm planning on doing shows. I'm planning on putting stuff together for independent artists. My main goal in this career of music is to set up a studio on the beach for less fortunate kids and, musicians, people that really are blocked in by their environment and, don't see that this shit is possible. I want to give them a chance that, like, once they get taken out the environment, that they know the world is bigger than just what they see. They just gotta grind. They just gotta put them blinders on. You know what I'm saying? And I think it will take that for somebody to be inspired and go hard and actually kick it into second gear instead of competing with all the people locally. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your own style, and you gotta just do what it do. You know what I'm saying? If it appeals to you, if you like it, then you gotta do it. You can't have people interested in shit if you're not interested in anything.
Okay,
you know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
So with that being said, man, it sounds like you be finding inspiration no matter what, storage unit, all that. So you had any moments to where you didn't find the inspiration, when you lost the inspiration? How do you deal with that?
Shit. At one point I had writer's block, and then I found out that shit ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Once you strengthen the muscle and you keep going, it's a skill. You don't know how to lose that. Any day I could stop rapping for like 5 years and then get back to it, and it's like I never stop. Same thing with a lot of the artists that I know are on a different caliber than just doing it for a hobby. We do this shit, this is life, you know what I'm saying? We doing this shit every day, making beats 5 days, 5 beats a day, you know, shit like that. But when we lock in, we lock in. It's not just, you know, for play or to show the gram or anything. We just here doing what we love and inspired by.
Oh yeah, well I know that you definitely a hip hop head, man, and you like the bars, so we gotta get that top 5, man. Go ahead, you know what I mean? Where you at?
Shit, inspirations or just lyricists and stuff like that?
You gotta break them top 5 down. How you want them top 5?
So top 5, I would say that inspire me. One is probably Kanye, definitely, because you know he was an inspiration. He wasn't even a rapper. He was just making beats, and I feel like it's kind of the reverse story. I was rapping first, and then I started making beats, but motherfuckers didn't look at me like I was a producer till I got my first, you know, check basically off of music, and believed myself that I'm a producer and beat maker. You know what I'm saying? Because before it was just a hobby. When I got that first check, it was like, this shit is real.
Oh yeah. Okay, we got Kanye number 1.
Number 2, I would say Nas. Nas definitely inspired me by the way that he can paint pictures and put you in the position of whatever it is he's describing. You know what I mean? Whether that be his neighborhood, a gun, you know what I'm saying? Nas has always been great at inspiring everybody and painting pictures and things like that. I appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, okay. Definitely. Let's keep it going.
Third, I would say Kendrick. Kendrick has really taken the game to the next level as far as what being a lyricist is. I feel like he took off where Tupac left off, as far as like being a poet and actually putting poetry back into the game the way it was when he was just talking about his life, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people talk about like made up shit and shit they ain't experienced because they think it's cool, and that shit ain't cool because it's not you, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So when you're doing something you love and you're passionate about, it's not something that like you have to search for material or anything like that. You just do it. You write about your story, your life, your testimony. And 4, I'm gonna go ahead with Tyler. I feel like Tyler has made a lot of growth from where I seen him, from just fucking with samples to now he know how to play the piano and stuff like that. It's inspiring to me because when I first started fucking around, I was only using samples, and then I dived into having a keyboard and starting to learn chords and all different type of arrangements, keys, things like that. I feel like now I'm getting the hang to like make real music. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Okay.
Number 5, shit, that's tough. I would probably say Currency, because he showed me that you don't need a deal. You could do this shit all by yourself if you play your part. You know what I mean? He was in No Limit. He was in Cash Money. And then he just started doing his own thing, and it didn't matter what other people were doing, but he just kept his lane. He knew his lane, and he just did what he wanted to. And that's inspiring because a lot of people will change up for the money. You know what I'm saying? If money's involved, then they just automatically don't even think. They just go for it. And, you know, that illusion is where I feel like a lot of people go wrong and straight left from what it is that they enjoy making. And not only that, but what they're good at, because they're trying to be something else. So yeah, that's my top 5.
Okay. So that's the rundown, man. So you mentioned that first check, man, that first producer check. I know that was crazy. So how did that come about?
Shit. That was just me fucking around, and then somebody hit me up on YouTube and was asking me how can they purchase this beat. And it was something new to me at that time. I was selling sneakers and shit like that, so I told them just PayPal me. And that first check was $150. And at that time, I needed the money the most, so that 150 was like, damn, I could really get paid off of this shit. How like actually put my whole focus to it. So that 1 hour a day ended up being 3 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Just solely focusing on music, and then slowly but surely, it's an everyday thing. Every single day, we going in the studio doing something, whether it's making a beat, engineering, planning content, making content. Anything, even touching up old songs, because I'll save songs, so I'll hear something and be like, nah, I ain't feeling it, and then go back, redo that shit. And I learned that from Kendrick too, because he said that sometimes he'll sit on the song for like 3 years and not even touch it until he gets inspired at one time. So I'll be watching a whole bunch of interviews and I take little bits and pieces and apply certain things that work for me. And that's also part of why I don't really have to be inspired.
Oh yeah, definitely. So as far as the artists in the game right now, man, is there anybody that you seeing that you notice and it's like, dang, that person right there making some moves, they kind of changing the game. Like I would like to work with that person.
Shit. Damn, put me on the spot. I would say, put me on the spot. I would say probably JID, cause he doing his thing. His new album is dope as hell, and he's unique. You know what I mean? He don't care about what anybody thinks, and he just does his own style. It's not something that you could compare him to. But that's as far as new artists. It's hard for me because I only listen to myself, and when I'm not listening to myself, I'm listening to like some oldies or some shit, looking for samples. So when it comes on my radar is when like people like you is like, oh, you ain't heard this dude hottest in Atlanta, and I check it out, you know what I'm saying? Because they got that stamp of approval. Once they get that stamp of approval, I'm like, all right, SR don't fuck with no weak shit. Let me go ahead and check this out. If he say this shit is hot, this shit gotta be hot. So, you know, shit like that. That's the only way I get interrupted out my zone and like venture out and listen to other people. Oh, yeah. So.
Definitely, man. So it sounds like we got a lot coming from ERa, man. So anything you want to leave with the people that they need to know about ERa, either about music or outside the music?
Shit, I'm dropping an album, Dark Boys, Dark Days, releasing on Black Friday. Shot by my boy SR. He shot the first single, Always Moving Forward. Shout out L.T.P. This company is about to take over. It's crazy. We doing everything fucking crazy, bro. Got everything going up. Clothes, videos, beats, producing, engineering, management, offering advice, consultation. I mean, the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? That's what a multimedia company is supposed to do, though. And having friends like that, my boy SR and shit, is inspiring to me, too, because it only just lays the blueprint out of what's possible. You know what I'm saying? When you focus and put your mind to it.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. So we've been in the studio with ERa, man. Y'all hear what's going on. It's so much to look forward to.
Yes, sir.
The man laid the blueprint for inspiration, for hustle. If you ain't getting no inspiration from this, I don't know where you're getting it from.
I don't know, man. Maybe from the inner side, you know what I'm saying, of yourself. It may come in a form of watching other people. It may be in the form of being inspired by the people that's around you. But remember, you control yourself, you control your vibe. Some things are out of your control, but what you can control.
Y'all heard?
Yes, sir.